What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the live watch along of Manchester City's massive, huge, ginormous, gargantuan, whatever your adjectives are to describe how big this game is, then please insert right here, because it's the huge Premier League clash. Premier League title very much on the line. It's going to be a very dynamic game with permutations aloft, really. Tottenham Hotspur can still make Champions League football. Tottenham Hotspur can still secure Europa League football for next season, so they've got plenty to play for. They don't want to hand the Premier League trophy to Arsenal, but they need a result against Manchester City. For Manchester City, we've got to win this game. We could draw it with 3-goal difference behind Arsenal. We're going to struggle to overturn that. There's maybe, between 1 and 5% chance of us overturning that on the final day. Hope that Everton can hold really firm against Arsenal. And Arsenal, they're going to go on to win that game. You know they're going to go on to win that game. Hope that they win by 1 or 2 at most, and Man City, we need to better it by 3, so we go out there and score 4, 5, 6 goals and hope that we don't concede. Could happen. You're leaving things to chance. What we want to do is have things in our own hands. Win today, win on Sunday, and we're Premier League champions. Simple as that. It's just not a very happy hunting ground, this, for Manchester City when it comes to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Never scored a goal here in the Premier League. Never got a result here in the Premier League. We've never won here in the Premier League, and we need to do so. We've done it at White Hart Lane. We've not done it at Spurs' new stadium. Now, the one thing that we have managed to do, because included in that, if we include all competitions, does include a 1-0 defeat in the Champions League as well. However, earlier this season, back in January, we did come here in the FA Cup and we won 1-0. And a repeat today would be delightful. So, before we do crack on with this video, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, do subscribe to my channel. It is free to subscribe. Also, don't forget as well, social media links, you can find them in the description, including my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find the link to them in the description. You can also just search for it, which you can see on the yellow banner at the bottom of the screen. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up. We are aiming for 100 likes. We're already more than a quarter of the way to our aim. We're on 27 likes. It means we're 73 likes away from 100 likes. So any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget as well to leave your thoughts in the live chat, including your score prediction for this game and where you're tuning in from. In the chat, we've got Michael going for a 2-0 solid win. Welcome, Michael. Thank you very much for tuning in. And I would be very happy with a 2-0 Manchester City win. Malusi, thanks for tuning in. Says, come on, City, let's go. We need this more than anything. And I'm going to echo exactly what Malusi's saying there. Absolutely spot on. More than anything else, we've got to win this game. Dudley, thanks for tuning in. Says, City till I die. Much appreciated. Carmi as well, thank you for tuning in. Cheering on Manchester City. Dave, thanks for tuning in. Says, best of luck to City. Rennie, thanks for tuning in. Cheering on Manchester City today and is a Leicester City fan. We've got the geezer Dan in the chat as well. Says, come on, City. Repeat what we did in the cup here last time. I'll take an 88th minute 1-0 winner every single day of the week. Anything that means City pick up 3 points today, I will be buzzing with. Dad, thanks for tuning in, going for a 4-2 entertaining victory today for Manchester City. Cop Dat, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Ripunjai, thanks for tuning in, says he wants to see a goal from KDB. It'd be nice to see a KDB goal, wouldn't it? Rene going for a 5-3 victory today for City, including an Erling Haaland hat-trick and a brace for Phil Foden. Ripunjai going for a 3-1 victory today for City. Mill, thanks for tuning in, going for a 2-0 victory for Manchester City. Ethan, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. Daniel says, please win this game. Can't stand Arsenal winning the league. They went to a hotel in North London that City weren't even staying at overnight, lighting fireworks off. Ridiculous. We can't have that winning the league. Manchester City need to go out there and get the business done. Marcus, thanks for tuning in, going for a 3-1 victory today for City. Am I confident that we can beat Tottenham? I am always confident in the treble winning business end of the season Manchester City. They know what it takes to win games. They know how to manage these situations. I am full of confidence that City can win today. Mill says, watch Tottenham's last 2 games. Form is garbage as of late. Won 1 of the last 5. Lost the previous 4 games. Been getting battered in some of them games as well. Haven't looked very good. So I'd say now more than ever, if City could go out there and grab an early goal, then that would be absolutely brilliant. Charlie says, up the Villa. Come on, Man City. Thank you very much, Charlie, for tuning in. Of course, a Man City result today means Aston Villa secure Champions League football. It'd be great for City to win today because that means the Premier League title is in Manchester City's hands only, heading into Sunday's game at home against West Ham. And it also coincidentally hands Aston Villa that Champions League spot. So there we go. Rapunjay says, what do I think with Doku do something crazy today? Doesn't start today. I'll speak about the teams in just one moment. His pace could have been utilised because Tottenham like to attack. They like to get forward. Not sure they're going to be parking the bus today. As I said, they want to try and secure Champions League football. The only way they can do that is winning this game. The one thing I'm confident of is I don't think this game's going to finish a draw. Both sides need to win this game. So we will see. Could be a really good option off the bench, though, as Rapunjai says. Ethan says we've got Spurs and Villa supporting us. I wouldn't rule out a whole Stadium Poznan today. I really wouldn't. Marcus says, my place, 2:42 a.m. right now. Just woke up supporting City. Love that. Where are you tuning in from there, Marcus? 2:42 a.m. Much further east than where I am right now, as we're now 17 minutes away from kickoff. Daniel going for a 3-1 victory today for Manchester City. So I'm going to speak about the teams in just one moment, and it's going to be SofaScore that's going to be helping me to provide all the latest in-match analysis, as well as all the latest statistics, and of course providing my briefing before kickoff as well. So do go and check out SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. You can also use the QR code on screen, which will take you to the download page to download the free SofaScore app. As I said, it's very highly rated. It's going to keep you up to date with all the latest scores, all the latest happenings, all your latest match information, and all your good footballing needs. And the one thing I really like about SofaScore is it's not just going to keep you up to date with the latest scores in football, but all other sports that you like to go and follow as well. If you're a rugby fan, a cricket fan, an NFL fan, a darts fan, any other sports, you're all covered. It's all on there in one place, free to download. Go and check it out. Links and details there in the description. And I wanted to say a huge thank you to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. I am going to roll my promo video for them right now, and then I'm going to speak about the teams. So thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. So through SofaScore, I know that Man City currently sits on 85 points. We're 22 points clear of Tottenham Hotspur with 2 games left to play. Manchester City's season going very well. City firm favourites at 9 to 25 on 25 to 9 on to win this game. Spurs at 11 to 2 and a draw at 5 to 1. I'm backing Manchester City to win, which 55% of users are also backing Manchester City to win this game. 16% going for the draw and 29% all Arsenal fans going for the Tottenham win. This game being broadcast live here in the UK, live on Sky Sports. Referee for this game today is Chris Kavanagh. And your lineups for today, our opponents first, Tottenham Hotspur, led by manager Ange Postecoglu, lining up with a 4-3-3 formation with an average age of their squad of 25.8 years. They're lining up with Vicario in goal, a back four made up of former Manchester City man Pedro Porro. They're going with a back two made up of Cristian Romero and Radu Dragusin. They've got Mickey van der Ven at left back. Keep an eye on that left-hand side for Tottenham Hotspur. They've been alternating a lot on that left-hand side, and I think that could be a potential weakness that City could target in this game. We're going with a midfield three, so they're going with Hojbjerg, Bentancur and Sarr. It's looking like James Maddison's going to be playing out wide on the left wing with Brennan Johnson on the right wing and Heung Min Son starting up top and captain in Tottenham Hotspur today as well. On the bench, they've got Austin, Royal, Skip, Kulusevski, Hill, Hall, Lo Celso, Scarlett and more as well on the bench today for Tottenham Hotspur. Decent team. City going to have to be very, very careful, making sure we're putting in a high, top-quality performance. Going to need to take all of our experience at this business end of the season and apply it. We're going to have to use our form and apply that as well. Man City on their longest unbeaten run in their history ever. We've not lost a game in all competitions since December 6 against Aston Villa away from home when we didn't have Rodri. We do have Rodri today, and Rodri loves winning games with Manchester City. We're lining up today with a 4-2-3-1 formation led by manager Pep Guardiola. We've got Ederson starting in goal. It's Kyle Walker, former Spurs man, starting at right back and captain in Manchester City today. So back two made up of Manuel Akanji and Ruben Dias, and on the left hand side, given a bit more freedom, so he could be popping up just about anywhere on the pitch. And as Ethan says, anyone fancy another Josko Gvardiol goal? I fancy another Josko Gvardiol goal. I looked before the game, I think he was 9-1 to score first for Manchester City today, and he's been a massive outlet for City as well. He starts on the left-hand side. In midfield, you've got Rodri starting alongside Kovacic. Nice midfield control that from Manchester City. And you've got the potential here to see Maddison potentially drop into midfield for Spurs to try and help with midfield numbers, because you've got Kovacic, you've got Rodri, you've got De Bruyne, you've potentially got Bernardo Silva cutting in. Akanji could be going into midfield as well. There could be 5 or 6 Man City players at any one time in midfield. Spurs don't want to get overran, so it looks like they're going with the extra midfield rather than the width outside. So is that going to disrupt their attacking momentum? Are they going to be able to absorb Manchester City? How are they going to get control? Lots of interesting situations to keep an eye on. City looking like Bernardo Silva's going on the right wing, Phil Foden on the left wing, and Erling Haaland starts up top. Man City's average age of very experienced, 28.3 years. As I said, this team knows how to win Premier League titles from this position. We just need to do something now that we've not done before in the Premier League, and that's go to Tottenham Hotspur's new stadium, score a goal, and win. On the bench for City today, we've got Stefan Ortega, John Stones, Nathan Ake, Matheus Nunes, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb, Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku, and Julian Alvarez. Fantastic to see Jack Grealish over his illness and in the squad again, and could come off the bench for City. We could see Nathan Ake, the goal scorer of City's only goal here back in January in the FA Cup, maybe come off the bench and replicate that. And it's good to see Nathan Ake over his foot injury as well and back in the squad there. City near enough at full strength. I like that team. I'm going with Manchester City to get the job done. 3-1 Manchester City is my score prediction. So, do let me know your score predictions, guys, in the live chat. Keith, welcome. Thanks for tuning in. Going for a 4-1 victory today for City. Anthony going for a 5-1 victory as well for Manchester City. I'm going 3-1 City. Get your score predictions, guys, in the live chat. I've also got my poll running on who you think's going to win. At the moment, Manchester City are leading the poll. 79% of you guys thinking City are going to win today. 16% going with the Spurs win and 5% going with the draw. As I said, expectations couldn't be higher, permutations couldn't be more at stake. It is a crucial game in the Premier League, and as I said in my preview, and I'm going to stick my neck on the line here, and I'm going to go as far to say tonight decides who wins the Premier League title. City win tonight, City win the Premier League. If Tottenham Hotspur pick up a draw or Tottenham Hotspur win today, Arsenal win the Premier League. That's me putting my neck out there, because that's the direction that I can see things going in. I don't see Everton or West Ham doing anything against Arsenal or City, respectively. So, to me, it all comes down to the here and now and this game. As Pep Guardiola said in his press conference, well aware of the situation. City are coming here today to win. Ange Postecoglu has said that Spurs not bothered that Arsenal could become title favourites. They're not bothered. They're aiming to win. They've still got something to play for. They can secure Europa League football today. They could be well and truly in that Champions League race come the end of the season as well, with one game left to play. So that on the line for Spurs today. Aston Villa fans watching with interest. Arsenal watching with interest. Spurs watching with interest. City watching with interest. It's a huge game. As I said, get your score predictions in, guys. Ethan going 4-2. Amelia, thanks for tuning in, going 4-1. There is no Gomez on the bench. We've got a good squad of 21, 22 players. So when you can only name what is it? It's a 9 on the bench, so you can name 20 players. There's going to be gaps. There's going to be gaps, and the players have to miss out, and you've got no injuries. Gomez is the player that misses out. Philip going with a 3-1 victory. Greg going with a 3-0 victory. Charlie going for a 3-0 victory as well. Love it. Lots of positivity in there. How are the nerves, everybody? How are you feeling? I know in the build-up, I've been keeping myself very busy today, so I'm not really thinking about it, but yeah, pressure's very much there, isn't it? Ian going with a 2-1 victory today for City. So, yeah, there we go. Right, we're 9 minutes away from kickoff. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up. We're now 60 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. We're on that push to 35k subscribers, less than 400 subs away. So any help towards that would be great. We're less than 350 subs away, actually. So any help towards that would be brilliant. Also, don't forget as well, social media links. You can find them in the description or on the yellow banner if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Anyone that does download SofaScore using my link does help to support the future content created here on my channel, SofaScore. I'm going to keep you up to date with all the latest scores from around the grounds in football and all the other sports games that you love to go and follow. As I said, including things like darts, NFL, cricket, rugby league, rugby union, all your sports that you love to go and follow, all in one place, all in one app. Do go and check it out. Links and details, they're in the description. I'm just going to roll my promo video one more time, and then we'll have a countdown to kick off. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. As I said, do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. So I just asked, how is everybody feeling? Anthony says, no nerves for me. Excuse me. Daniel, I like that question. I'll come back to it in just a second. Ethan says, nervous, don't know what to expect. Philip, not feeling any nerves. Rene says, feeling confident that City are going to win. Philip's feeling confident. Lots of positivity in there. I love that. Anthony says, we're built for these kind of games, so absolutely no fear whatsoever. Love that. Andy and Alison, evening. Thanks for tuning in from York. Says, come on, City. Let's get the win. Let's do it. Oh, man. I'm just trying to not be nervous. That's what I'm trying to be. Right, Daniel says, if I was a Spurs fan, would I prefer Champions League football or Europa League football so Arsenal don't win the league? What a question that is. First and foremost, you're going to take priority for yourselves. So, with that being said, they'll want Champions League football now. I've seen some Spurs fans speaking amongst themselves, saying that they don't think that their team are ready just yet for Champions League football, and they think that it's going to be a bit of a distraction for them next season. But Jamie Redknapp made a very good comment about 20 minutes ago in the build-up live on Sky for this game, that being in the Champions League gives Spurs more money. It allows Spurs to be a more attractive team for potential players to be signed in the summer. The question is, how much money are they going to spend, and is it going to make much of a difference? Now, as a fan, if you was a fan of Spurs, the last thing you would want is for Spurs to win and hand Premier League, literally gift wrapping the Premier League to their arch nemesis in Arsenal. You don't want to cut your nose off to spite your face, but there'll definitely be Spurs fans out there who will definitely want Man City to win today because they just simply don't want Arsenal to have them bragging rights. And I get it. I understand it. I respect it. I really do. Now, I'm on the wavelength. Sky interviewed some fans before the game, and a lot of them were very much just people that were licking Sky's behind. They really were just saying whatever the Sky cameras were looking for them to say so they can put it online to basically say that Spurs fans are up for this, they want to win, and it's giving motivation for Arsenal. It's not going to be a dead rubber where they're all going to want Manchester City to win. But there were one Spurs fan on there who, if I was a Spurs fan, it's how I would feel. It's, you're heading into a competitive game, you always want to win the game of football. Today is win-win for Tottenham Hotspur as long as it's not a draw. Either Spurs win and they're in the Champions League race, or they lose and Arsenal don't win the Premier League. It's a win-win situation for Tottenham Hotspur today. I don't want to sit on the fence here. I think if it was the other way round and it was Man City, we had the chance to stop Manchester United winning the Premier League in exchange that we've got the off chance of getting in the Champions League. I mean, it's unlikely that Tottenham are going to make it into the Champions League next season, even if they win today, because it relies on Aston Villa losing against Crystal Palace away from home on Sunday. And with Villa, they played a good game against Liverpool yesterday. Defensively looked a bit suspect. If they were more clinical in front of goal, it could have been, they could have scored 5 or 6. They really could. So I would be surprised if Villa didn't take points off Palace, and with the goal difference that they've got as well, I think Aston Villa are going to secure Champions League football. So if I think a lot depends today on who scores first. I think if Man City score first and score early, I can see Tottenham, because they're not playing particularly well, I can see the heads dropping and very quickly. So there we go. That's my thoughts anyway. Charlie says, everyone in Birmingham supporting Manchester City apart from the Blue Noses. They're the Birmingham City fans, for anybody watching around the world who doesn't know who the Blue Noses are, who are going to be playing next season. Relegated, of course, to League One. No thanks to no other than Wayne Rooney. Did a brilliant job there. What a terrible decision from Birmingham City. But there we go. Of course, going down really well for Villa in Birmingham. Now, Colonel, thanks for tuning in, says United didn't care about it on Sunday. They gave us a good game, and Spurs will try for 10 minutes as well. I like that. I do. I like that. Yeah, Colonel, I think you're right. Spurs they're a good team. They've got good players, and I think if Man City aren't on it today, Spurs will punish City. That's what I will say. I think if City can turn up and play to the best of our ability, Man City will win today. We've got to do all the normalities that we do in the game. Clinical in front of goal, good in possession, good off the ball, defending well in space, ensuring that you're cutting out stupid mistakes, all that good stuff. Do all the simple stuff properly today. We are in a very strong position with the quality that we've got, the motivation that we've got, the form that we've got to go on and win this game. And I imagine Arsenal fans will be watching this more in hope than expectation, but they can't not have hope going into this game. You know, you can't just say, oh, it's a dead rubber, Spurs are going to chuck it, we're not going to win the league. You can't have that mindset. City don't have that mindset. No successful team has that mindset. It's all about what happens. And if City win today, the job isn't done. Arsenal have got that superior goal difference. West Ham will park a bus at the Etihad. So if City, that stays 0-0 for as long as possible, or West Ham sneak a goal, final game of the season, it can be very tricky. It's got to be navigated very well. The tension, the nerves gets cranked up. I think if City win today, the only team that's under pressure on Sunday is Manchester City. West Ham won't be under any pressure. Arsenal's expectation will be if City win today, they don't win the league, so the pressure goes away from them. There's no pressure on Everton either that they're playing. They're already on the beach with the flip-flops on, so very fine margins. Very, very fine margins. Should be a good game of football. Should be a good game. Rightio, we're now sailed past 50 likes. 49 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great, guys. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. If you've only just tuned in and you don't know the teams, Manchester City lining up today with Ederson in goal. We're going with Kyle Walker, Manuel Akanji, Ruben Dias and Josko Gvardiol. Into midfield, we've got Rodri, Kovacic and De Bruyne. Bernardo Silva goes on the right, Phil Foden goes on the left, and Erling Haaland starts up top. Daniel, West Ham have got absolutely nothing to play for. They'll park a bus. Everton are going to do the same. They've got nothing to play for, so they'll park a bus against Arsenal. So both Arsenal and City need to break the deadlock in them games very quickly, because the nerves, it gets 0-0 at half-time for either of them teams, and the pressure is tremendous. Absolutely tremendous. Colonel, if it's a draw, I don't think it'll be a draw, because Spurs need to win today for Champions League football and City need a win for the Premier League. So I think both sides are going to go toe for toe, and I think there'll be a winner. If not, It'll be very exciting. City have got a 3-goal difference to make back. We've scored more goals than Arsenal. We do have that. So we have to better whatever Arsenal do by 3 goals. Which is easier said than done. Anyway, we do have kick-off. Tottenham Hotspur attacking from right to left. City attacking from left to right. Tottenham Hotspur playing in their home kit, which is all white. White shirts, white shorts, white socks. Manchester City playing in their away kit, the Lightning kit, which is our black shirts, black shorts, and black socks with the like navy blue lightning strikes on the shirt as Tottenham just hoof the ball out of play. I'm not too sure what that was, but there we go. Anyway, we could really do with a nice early start here for City. An early goal really to settle things down would be great as Tottenham give early chase to a ball played back to Ederson in goal. He sends it long. Kyle Walker challenging in the air. Spurs do well to mop that possession up. Rodri puts his foot on it. It should be taken under control here by Pedro Porro. He puts his foot through it and Man City can come away with possession. Akanji combines well with Ruben Dias. Bernardo Silva dropping deep and into space finds Kovacic, and Gvardiol's pass can't find Foden and giving away, and Spurs' early pressure there does tell them they can have a little bit of possession early on here at Spurs Stadium. Currently 0-0 after 1 minute and 15 seconds. So I'm going to end my poll. 79% of you guys think City are winning today. I love the optimism. I love everything about it. So it's looking like Akanji's going into that Nathan Ake role on the left-hand side for City today. He loves starting Akanji, Pep, doesn't he? Excuse me. City managed to gather up the ball early on there. Here is Ederson. Tottenham have got an early chant of stand up if you hate Arsenal, being joined in by both the Manchester City and Spurs fans. Tottenham fans very much making their feelings known early on. But the unfortunate part is we're playing Tottenham Hotspur's football players, the professionals on the pitch, and not a team made up of Spurs fans. If this was Spurs fans playing, it'd be one result, really, wouldn't it? Erling Haaland does really well, and referee blows his whistle for a free kick there. Haaland says, on Romero there. Let's have a look at this. There was a bit of pulling going on from both. Is there enough is the question. He just kind of holds his hand. Is it enough for him to go to ground? I think the referee's just ready and waiting for the excuse to give the free kick there in such a position. Colonel, it will be an exciting finale. It's definitely going to the final game. Nadir, thanks for tuning in. Says, don't want to see City making it difficult for themselves. Definitely not. We want to be scoring that opening goal. We've not scored in the Premier League here before. Seamus, Spurs are very dangerous. I mean, Son's not been in great form, has he? But he loves a goal against us, so you can never take anything for granted there. Ruben Dias just... Ederson came to collect the ball there, and Ruben Dias just found the pass instead, and he apologises and then tells Ederson, talk to me, to leave it. Ruben Dias did the right thing in taking control of the sitch. Gvardiol finds Foden and he's tackled. John, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. As we're now 42 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Making good progress. Spurs then, knocking it about nicely. On the right-hand side here, here's Pedro Porro. Finds Sarr. Here's Van de Ven. Here's Hojbjerg. Spurs go with the early ball. Cut off really well, that by Akanji. There's a lot of space for City's midfielders. Spurs are sitting quite deep. Julia, good evening. Thanks for tuning in once more. Much appreciated. Do hope you are well. Here's Kyle Walker, finds Kevin De Bruyne and his pass is slack. Can't find Erling Haaland and it's cut off by Spurs. Here's Van de Ven. Maddison under pressure. Good work that from James Maddison, and Spurs can find a little bit of space here. It's a really good ball across to the right-hand side. There's space and a shot, and it's a good save from Ederson. Far too much space allowed there by Manchester City. It's a good hit by Bentancur, and it's a good save from Ederson. A bit too easy that for Spurs. Gvardiol just caught a bit square. Acres of space there for Bentancur. Defensive midfielders nowhere to be seen. Thankfully, it's down the middle. So he gets his fingertips onto it and makes a good save there, Ederson. Spurs will take confidence from that. So a corner for them. Whipped in. Maddison it was with the ball in. Gvardiol puts his head onto it. Only as far as Heung Min Son. Edge of the penalty area. There's a runner comes in. Not used by Heung Min Son. He's got to go all the way back to Hojbjerg now. He's going to try another diagonal ball across. Erling Haaland's tall frame will get on the end of that. And nearly found Kevin De Bruyne. But goes out of play for a throw into Spurs. Midway inside the Man City half instead. Dare I suggest Spurs have started the game a little bit more brightly than what Manchester City have. 8 successful passes in the final third for Spurs so far in the first 7 minutes. Man City have not had any successful passes in the final third. It's not the game where we want a slow start, really, from Manchester City. Another ball comes over here. This time Brennan Johnson can't keep it in and goes out of play for a throw into City. And Spurs are going to look to try and put the squeeze on. City's record in the new Tottenham Stadium, not great. Lost the first game 2-0 in the Premier League. Our second game 2-0 and our last two 1-0. Never scored here in the Premier League. We did win. I'm holding on to that FA Cup win. That 1-0 Nathan Ake. I'm clinging to it and I'm sticking to it. Oh, that's a lovely diagonal ball. Kyle Walker in the penalty area. Squares it across De Bruyne. Shot, deflection. Oh, it's just wide. A real opening there for Manchester City. I think the offside flag's come up against Kyle Walker there. Yeah, he's not timed his run there, Kyle Walker. It's pulled back across for KDB. Takes a deflection and goes wide. Wouldn't have counted if it went into the back of the net. As Kyle Walker looked like he was at least a couple of yards offside there. Vicario then just knocking it about at the back. Out of play for a throw in here. A lot of the action going down the Spurs left-hand side. These Van de Ven and James Maddison combos. So throw in here for Spurs. Van de Ven to take. Bernardo Silva does well just to cut that out and back out for a throw in to Spurs once more, which Van de Ven's going to take once more. Philip, thanks for tuning in. Says, I don't shave that close. No, nor me. Good interception from City, and they've got themselves a throw-in. I think that they have, yeah. Bertram, thanks for tuning in. Letting his feelings be known. He's bricking it. Love it. Here's Erling Haaland finds Bernardo. He's surrounded out. There's 4 Spurs players around him. They're not giving City an inch at the moment. Akanji should mop this up. He's not mopped this up. Sarr's got there ahead of him. Heung Min Son, and Akanji does well just to step forward and take the ball away from Son's feet there. Good work from Akanji in the end. Here is Phil Foden finds Bernardo, centralising himself. Finds a pass into the middle. Can't find Phil Foden. And Bernardo takes his man out, James Maddison, and that'll be a free kick to Spurs. So we're through the first 10 minutes. One shot for Spurs from Bentancur to report on. Nothing from City as of yet. Here's Romero. Worked back to Vicario in goal. Tottenham dominating possession. 61% possession so far. Here's Vicario once more. Finds Hojbjerg dropping into space. He's got options. He may have to go long here. He does go long. Not a very good ball forward, and Gvardiol has no problem in cutting that off. Shamer says they see the attacking Gvardiol as a weakness. They do, yeah. Josko Gvardiol's brilliant at getting forward. So attacking on that Spurs right-hand side is the outlet. Spurs are just showing a lot of energy. We saw something similar from Fulham at the weekend. They were showing plenty of positivity. They'd started brighter than City, and City just sucker punched them on the 13th minute. So I wonder if City are just waiting for the same here and just look for Spurs to make that mistake. City get that one opportunity and put that opportunity in the net. That's a poor giveaway. So this is where City need to capitalise. Here's Kovacic under pressure, nearly dispossessed. Maddison sneaking up behind him. Here's Bernardo Silva to Ruben Dias. Floats the ball over to Kyle Walker on the right. Walker just goes backwards again to Ruben Dias. He miscontrols it. Finds Rodri still though. Here's Bernardo. Back to Rodri. Space on the left for Rodri if he wants to work it across there. Here's Akanji. He goes to Foden, dropping deep and dropping well, and De Bruyne nearly threads a pass through to Erling Haaland there. Doesn't happen. Seamus, you spot on. City do need to be clinical. It needs to be played like a typical match against a difficult team. I mean, Man City's track record against teams in the top 6 this season in the Premier League hasn't been great. So it needs to be near perfect from City today to have any opportunity of winning this game. Bertrand says Rodri's unbeaten record or the City Premier League curse at Spurs. What's going to give? Oh, yeah. Either we're not going to lose at Spurs Stadium in the Premier League at last, or Rodri's record goes. A draw today is not really good enough for City, though. It has to be a win. It has to be a win for Spurs as well. This 0-0 that it is at the moment ends Spurs' hope of top 4 football and near enough ends City's hopes of winning the Premier League. Here's De Bruyne to Haaland. Foden. He's got space on the right. Can't find his pass, and Spurs can put it out for a throw-in through Van de Ven. As I said, everything going through Van de Ven at the moment for Spurs. On that left-hand side. City work it to our left. Here's Gvardiol. Up against Pedro Porro. An interesting battle, that. One of many interesting battles actually out there. Here's Eddie. He works it across to the left. Too much on that for Gvardiol. It looked like it went out of play. Linesman's kept his flag down though. I'll take it. Here's Kovacic then. Finds Phil Foden. He's got Walker on the right. Walker into the penalty area. Make it a good ball in, Kyle. That's not a good ball in and it goes out of play. It's not the best of clearances there from Hojbjerg. I feel like he was just happy just to have a touch of the ball and he puts it out of space for a corner. He had more space and more time than what he maybe thought there, Hojbjerg. Not the best of balls from Kyle Walker from the position that he was in. It was a good position. I wonder if Kyle could have maybe just attempted a low-drilled shot across the face of goal. Might have been the better option there. There we go. Here's Phil Foden then to take this corner for Manchester City. 14 minutes in here at Tottenham Stadium. Corner comes in. Header! Oh, I thought that was going in. It goes wide. I think City want another corner to Ruben Dias. They got his head onto it. I think it's taken a deflection and goes out for another corner for City. It does take a deflection. From the camera angle, it looked like that were closer than what it was. It was nowhere near in the end. Another corner here for City. More defending for Spurs to do. Phil Foden to take the corner. Whipped in. Keeper can't get his fist onto it, and Kovacic puts his boot onto it and goes out of play for a goal kick. Here's Vicario then to take. Spurs just building up from the back. Maddison is dispossessed. Here's De Bruyne now. City need to make these opportunities count. Getting into good space. And here's Foden! Foden! Oh, it's a good save from Vicario. Oh, that needed to go. That needed to go. That was a great opportunity for Phil Foden. Philip, you spot on. Huge chance. Should have scored. Given away. Kovacic, good sliding tackle. City fall lucky. It's a poor clearance from Hojbjerg. Foden should bag. On his left foot. It's on the volley. It's not an easy chance. Keeper just makes himself big and makes the save, but someone as good as Phil Foden, you'd expect him to be burying that every day of the week. Every day of the week. City just starting to grow into this game now. As Philip says, yeah, boys are just starting to warm up. Here's Kovacic to De Bruyne. It's a good tackle, that. Spurs are continuing this press in midfield. City need to be working it out wide quicker for me. Here's Heung Min Son. So Walker gets his foot onto it, out for a throw into Spurs in halfway inside the City half. So Van der Ven takes the throw in, finds Maddison. Here's Son, back to Maddison. Finds Heung Min Son again, edge of the penalty area. And here's Sarr, works it to the right. And a chance here for Spurs, and a good block there from Gvardiol. And it'll be a corner to Tottenham Hotspur, as we're now 37 likes, guys, away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. So a corner here for Spurs, and some work for City to do in terms of their defending. Maddison to take the corner, whipped in. Header won by Spurs and finds Heung Min Son. Mario, thanks for tuning in. I'll be happy with any kind of lead in the first half to be in a position to kill it off. Spurs, not an easy place to come and try and win. Any win will do today. Good defending that from City, and Bernardo can get that clear as well. City can push their defensive line up, and Spurs will just knock it round at the back. Here's Vicario then. Finds Sarr. Here's Van der Ven to Hojbjerg. Good work from Spurs. Finds Maddison. Here's Son. Goes with the early crosser pass. Across. Early ball. Passed across. We got there. Looking for Hojbjerg. Cut off well by Akanji. Here is Kovacic then. Works it nicely to the left. Gvardiol. Brings City forward here. Gives the ball to Ruben Dias. Here is Kovacic now to Foden. Work to the left. Here's Gvardiol. Good work from Foden to find De Bruyne. And here's Foden then looking for Haaland. Finds Haaland. Good defending. Really good defending. Haaland just couldn't quite get it under his spell, could he then? Into the 20th minute then, 0-0 here at Spurs Stadium. We've seen two big opportunities. Bentancur with the best opportunity for Spurs early on with a good save from Ederson, and City's best opportunity falling to Phil Foden on the volley with a good save from Vicario from 6 yards out. But we do await the opening goal. That will go out for, I think a free kick's been given to City rather than a throw. And it looked like a throw into City, but they've decided to give a free kick instead. Bentancur, the one penalised for a challenge on Foden. I think it's just a follow through on the ball there. His studs go up into his foot. So a free kick given. Nothing more. Foden is up on his feet, which is good. Pep Guardiola in full thinking mode here for this match. Here's Kovacic to Gvardiol. Can't find his pass to Foden. There's plenty of space here for Spurs if they want to use it. Here's Bentancur. It's good pressure from Foden. Really good pressure. Rodri mops that up. Kovacic to Akanji. To Rodri. Back to Akanji. Here's Ruben Dias then for City coming forward. Gives the ball to Kovacic. Under pressure there, Kovacic. Does well. Here's De Bruyne to Foden. Ah, it's a great ball from Foden. Finds Walker to the byline. Squares it across and good defending. Really good defending. I think it was Romero and he carries on making his run here. Here's Heung Min Son then coming forward for Tottenham. I'm noticing that Romero's doing a lot of manoeuvring. Playing centre-back, central midfield, defensive midfield. He has the ball now. He's playing left-back or left wing. Ball gets worked here to the right. Here's Hojbjerg. Spurs just knocking it round. Here's Van de Ven. I'd like to see a bit more urgency from City. We could really do with Kyle Walker having some good end product today. He's looked Man City's most likely outlet for me from an attacking point of view. Finding the space, making them runs, having the pace, causing the problems. Here's Vicario then to Romero. To Van de Ven. Work back to Vicario. As we're now 35 likes, guys, away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. And do go check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Bertrand, I agree. If Walker can find some end product, we're in. That's your outlet, I think. And I think if it's not working for City, by the time we get into the second half, like at the hour mark, I'd be chucking Doku on. Subs could be crucial in this game, because I think this is going to be a close game. I'm not suggesting it's going to be a one-goal game. But I think it's going to be the kind of game that's going to be decided on fine margins. And for long periods of the game, it's going to remain close. I'm hoping at some point in the game we'll get the lead and we can try and build on it. But at the moment we need to be working towards the first objective, and that is finding a goal. Something we've not done yet at this stadium in the Premier League. Here is Hojbjerg, works it to Vicario. Back to Hojbjerg. Here's Vicario. Seamus says Bobb would suit this kind of game. I'm just not sure that City had chuck Bobb on unless they needed to, is the problem. As that's a great ball. Brennan Johnson, the target in the middle. City get the interception initially. A heavy touch comes in and Josko Gvardiol can intercept there. Yeah, City have been having a tendency to chuck Doku on rather than Bobb, so I suspect for that reason it'd be Doku that would get given the nod. I still think Grealish would have been a good suit for this game, but here we are. Here is Rodri to Kovacic, Bernardo. Anyway, it's fine margins. It's not a bad performance from City. I just want to see us up it from second gear and work our way into a presence in this game. De Bruyne can't thread his pass through for Haaland. Cut off well. Spurs can't thread their pass through. Cut off well by Ruben Dias. The space here for Gvardiol if Rodri wants to use him. He looks for Haaland instead and it's cut off. And I think Gvardiol, he made a nicely timed run there on the left, would have been the better option. But here we are. Here's Pedro Porro. Looks for a dinked ball over the top. Diaz cuts it off and cuts it off well. Here's Rodri. Andrew says, not enough intent to go for it. I agree, yeah, there's not enough intent. The intensity for City is not there. The passes are very safe. They lack a bit of weight to them. They lack a bit of oomph. As Seamus says, probably his nerves. Ederson, poor giveaway there to Sarr. Here's Maddison. I think City just recognise how difficult of a match this is. And are just being extra careful. Can't afford to concede first. Johnson goes with an early ball across and Ruben Dias does well. And out for a corner. So some defending for City to do. Work to the edge of the box from this corner. To Sarr, back to Maddison. Maddison was looking for Sarr again, but it's beyond him. And he finds Pedro Porro instead. And Spurs just being forced back to last man Hojbjerg here. Just inside the City half. Works it to the left. Son's got a bit of space. Gvardiol marking him on the right. Kyle Walker mops that up nicely for City. Heung Min Son comes off him and out for a throw into Manchester City. Pep Guardiola applauding that on the touchline. He likes it. 27 minutes in here at Spurs Stadium. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester City 0 in this huge Premier League clash with interest for Aston Villa and Arsenal as well as Spurs and Manchester City in this game. At the moment, the margins are very fine and nothing separates these two sides through the first half of the first half as Gvardiol tries to send the ball forward looking for Foden. Charlie says Spurs playing better than I thought they would. Fair play. They've got Champions League football on the line. They've got to motivate themselves. They've got to play. It's a good test for them, this. That's why I wanted City to show intent early on. Push and try and score early. Spurs' head will drop. Did so against Arsenal. It did against Liverpool. You force this Spurs team enough, you can score goals. We did it at the Etihad. We just didn't defend very well. Maybe that's, again, just another reason why City are just holding themselves back a little bit here. Just wary about how many times we conceded at the Etihad to this Spurs side. You don't want to give them any opportunities. We'll just treat it like we did in the FA Cup, which is a very careful game where we'll be precise and we'll be accurate and we will wait for the opportunity, even if that means waiting to the latter parts of the game. But you run a big risk in doing so because it's must win. There's high stakes pressure. It's not an FA Cup game where you've got the banker of either going to a replay or extra time. There is no replay or extra time. If this is level in the 80th minute, it's level in the 80th minute. You're on course for a point, not 3. You're on course to putting things in Arsenal's hands, not City's. And for Spurs, a point's good today. It's a good result at home against Man City on paper, but it's not enough. Bernardo finds De Bruyne in the box. Cut off really well there by Bentancur. And De Bruyne makes the tackle and out for a throw into Spurs just on the edge of their own penalty area. Spurs just like up in their game. And thank you, Andrew. Much appreciated. At the moment, it's a very careful game, this. It's a very careful 30 minutes. It will, at some point, this game will explode. Someone wins today. I'm convinced of it. A draw, everybody loses. Arsenal Aston Villa win with a draw today. The two teams playing both lose. Earthball, you spot on. It has to be a win. There's nothing... Spurs have to go for this. If it's the 80th minute, it's not Man City that are just under pressure that have to go for it. Spurs have to go for it as well. So something will open up. Something will give. And I think that's what it looks like, City's game plan. They're prepared to take that risk, to be patient and wait for that opportunity, to wait for Spurs at some point to just open up. As long as we sit tight and don't do anything silly, don't concede, that opening will come, even if it means waiting to the second half some point. It all depends on how long it takes for this game to be unlocked and open up. Because I think as long as it stays at 0-0, I think a single goal will win it. I think if there's a goal before half-time, you could see 4, 5, 6 goals in this game. They're my thoughts. Anyway, guys, do leave a thumbs up. We're now just 29 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. It is a free app to download, and we'll keep you up to date with all the latest scores out there. So here is James Maddison, working it through to the centre. His son. I think Spurs are just trying to have a go. What they don't want to do is, just make it look like they're not trying. So I think Spurs are just trying to... Well, they're doing just that. They're trying. They're having a go. I mean, Ruben Dias just passes that straight out of play. Ruben Dias, as Bertrand says, he's just having a bit of brain fog. A couple of times, the last couple of minutes, he's given the ball away needlessly. And the link-up play just not quite there for City right now. Here's James Maddison. Finds Hojbjerg. Works to the right. Romero. Not seeing too much of Pedro Porro at the mo, which surprises me. That's good work from Sarr. Good hold-off play. Here's Brennan Johnson. Son's in a little bit of space in the penalty area. There's 4 forward here for Spurs. Brennan Johnson plays the ball across and Ederson just gets his hand onto it and happy to concede the corner there. I'm not too sure if Ederson just palmed that out for a corner or whether he tried to catch it. Let's have another look at it. I think he's trying to catch it. And Gary Neville's just saying he takes a very slight, deflection. So Ederson doesn't quite time his catch right there. And maybe a bit of a weak corner given away for City. But it's better than rebounding it and giving Spurs a tap-in. Corner comes in. There's a City player on the ground. Son gets a shot away. It's sliced. And De Bruyne can pick that up and out for a goal kick. There we go. Earthball says it's wild how this season has flown. It's been a very quick season. It doesn't feel like 10 minutes ago since we were in Istanbul, and it's now less than a month away from being a year away, which is mental. And that was 100% a corner for Spurs then. How the linesman's not given a corner there for Spurs is beyond belief there. Anyway, goal kick, Ruben Dias to take, not Ederson. Here he is then. Recently single Ruben Dias passes to Ederson, and he will send this long looking for Foden and finds Foden's chest. Here's Gvardiol then to Rodri. Rodri to Foden on the left. Take your man on, he's tackled. Pedro Porro then finds Heung Min Son. There's 2 over here for Spurs. Pedro Porro is one of them. To the byline. His ball in's not great, and Rodri gets that header spot on, finds Phil Foden. He's chopped down. Bernardo Silva, City want to play on, and De Bruyne just couldn't quite get on the end of it. Referee says, I played advantage there. Remember, Man City, we drew 3-3 at home against Spurs, and Jack Grealish went through one-on-one with the keeper, and the referee played advantage, then stopped the advantage when it looked like City were going to be in. So the referee's telling City that I was playing the advantage, you just didn't put a good enough ball forward. And I think I agree with the referee. It weren't a great ball forward. Ten minutes to half time then. 0-0. I think Spurs have looked like the better team for me. Throwing for Man City. A yellow card comes out there for the earlier challenge on Phil Foden. I think it's Bentancur into the book. It is a free kick. Referee played the advantage. Good bit of referee in there. He waits to see if there's an advantage. City don't take advantage of their advantage. And next break in play gives the correct decision of a yellow card to Bentancur there. So throw in here for City. Josko Gvardiol just throws it into the centre. Ruben Dias will take control and he will work this to Kyle Walker then. In the 36th minute here at Spurs Stadium, 0-0. Here's Bernardo Silva. Finds Ruben Dias to Kovacic. Back to Bernardo. Here's Kova. To Ruben Dias once more. Rodri. Good pass that from Rodri. Finds Bernardo Silva. Worked nicely to Akanji on the left. Here's Foden. Finds Gvardiol. City struggling to get Gvardiol forward. I wonder if he's under instruction to maybe just hold back a little bit. Kyle Walker could have played a ball across to Phil Foden there. He wanted to make the run. Here is Rodri to Bernardo. Here's Ruben Dias then to Kyle Walker. Back to Ruben Dias. Works back to Eddie. And he'll just play a really nice ball forward there to Bernardo Silva. He's under pressure from free and Spurs win the ball back. And he wants a free kick there, Bernardo Silva. Referee says no. Bernardo felt like he was having his shirt pulled and Hojbjerg goes to play a ball across. Kyle Walker cuts across him. Tame ball across. Spurs wanted the free kick. Referee says no. I mean, I don't think there was too much in that. I don't think there was too much in that Bernardo Silva appeal for a free kick either. He's just under pressure from free players and ultimately lost possession under pressure. Here is Kovacic then. He's got options ahead of him. Goes sideways to Ruben Dias. And we need to try and find a better way of trying to get KDB more involved in this game. I was speaking in my preview and a couple of the comments couldn't believe that I suggested that KDB I didn't think should have started this game. I wanted to see a bit of pace from Manchester City up top, and that ultimately means one of Foden or De Bruyne misses out. And for me, Phil Foden is that option. Here's Gvardiol then. Plays a nice ball across to Bernardo. He's got Kyle Walker here. Puts a ball in and it's towards Gvardiol and over the top of the crossbar. There's a chance. It's the first time we've seen Gvardiol get forward that. Gvardiol's got the taste for goals there, so he's going for it himself. He could have laid that on the plate to Haaland. It wouldn't have been an easy pullback across to Haaland. It'd be difficult because there isn't a lot of pace on the ball either, so Gvardiol has to take a very light touch to work that back across to Haaland, and if he doesn't get the right amount of power on the ball across, it's probably just going to loop up or take all the pace away from the ball, and the keeper would probably just be able to collect that. So I understand why Gvardiol's chosen to take the opportunity there for the shot on his left foot. Just not quite accurate. It'd have been a really good assist to have pulled that across for Haaland. It really would. Probably been easier to have done it with his head and it was just slightly below. You've only got a split second to make your decision, so hindsight's wonderful, isn't it? Given away here from Spurs, though, in a dangerous area. Here's De Bruyne, finds Bernardo. Here's Rodri now to Foden. Back to Kovacic. And Gvardiol trots forward once more on the left, wanting to get forward for City. Here is Kyle Walker. Works it to the right. Here's Bernardo Silva now. Kyle Walker. Through 40 minutes here at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's Tottenham Hotspur 0, Manchester City 0, and that will be a free kick for City. Spurs not happy about it. A challenge from Sarr on Ruben Dias goes penalised. So City can have a free kick rather than Spurs thinking about a quick, nifty counter-attack. Here is Ruben Dias then. You can feel the tension inside the stadium. You can cut it probably cut it with a plastic knife. It's that fine, the tension in there. Spurs need to win. City need to win. Here's Bernardo Silva then. Finds Kyle Walker. He works it across from right to left. Finds Josko Gvardiol. And Gvardiol does well to keep that in. Here's Kovacic then to Gvardiol. It's a good pass from Gvardiol to find Foden. He has to turn though. Cristian Romero just goes into the back of Foden there. If I was Foden, I'd have gone to ground there because I think he'd have got a free kick. City as it is, just working it from left to right. Bernardo does well. That's a cracking ball. I don't think De Bruyne is going to have the legs here. He's not going to have the legs. And that'll be a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur in the end. Spurs then just take the free kick. What's with this outfield players taking goal kicks and passing to the goalkeeper for the goalkeeper to send it long? It's just given away from Spurs. It's clumsy and it's a free kick for City. Pedro Porro's not happy. Said he got the ball. Faffing around with it. He doesn't get the ball. It is a free kick. I love that some of the Spurs fans are wearing sky blue Spurs tops. I wonder how many City fans are in that home end as well. I heard there were thousands of home seats on sale through the resale of Tottenham Hotspur's website just yesterday. So I wonder just how many City fans are in there. And I wonder if City do score. So let's say if City score off this free kick, how many people in that home end celebrate? So KDB stood over this free kick, as is Phil Foden. City have got a chance here for Dias, Gvardiol, Akanji and co to get forward. De Bruyne it is that's going to take. It's deep, it's too deep, and Vicario snuffs that out of the air. Not the best of balls into the box, that from Manchester City. Here's Van der Ven to Sarr. Back to Van der Ven. A heavy touch from him. Does well under pressure from Rodri to find a pass to James Maddison. He again is under pressure. He's got no outlet. Finds the pass. Under pressure once more. City really putting this squeeze on now through Kovacic and Bernardo and Van der Ven. Looked like he ran that out of play. Referee and linesman says no, he hasn't. And Spurs here have got the counter attack and it's not a good pass. And Gvardiol can intercept. Gvardiol can get forward here as well. Great from Gvardiol. Brilliant from Josko Gvardiol. Finds Bernardo Silva then into the penalty area. Come on, Bernardo. Takes a deflection and into the hands of the keeper. Just starting to open up then. Spurs fans are encouraged by it, but me as a City fan, I'm encouraged by it. I want space. I want this to be a nice open game. It suits City for this to be an open game. Spurs are very much showcasing that they're trying their hardest here. They're having more possession than City. They're matching City on shots and shots on target as well. Spurs are having a pop. They can't be accused of not having a pop. I want to see more from City. I want to see more. As Bertrand says, I want to see a bit of cutting edge, a bit of quality from City. Seamus reckons open game in the second half. That would suit me down to the ground. You've got to run the risk of losing to win. Both sides have. Here's Gvardiol in the penalty area. He's got no support. He's got to go backwards. Black Rose, thanks for tuning in. Says Neville trying to be impartial whilst most likely sitting there in his Man United pants. He'll have his shirt on as well. Bertrand, we're lacking that cutting edge. We're being sloppy. We've not been great. I think it's just a case of continue just to measure this up through the rest of this half. Here's Rodri. It's a free kick, ref, isn't it? Bernardo finds De Bruyne. Foden, square it across. Haaland. Oh no, Bernardo. Oh, what a block. What a block. It's a goal-saving block. He saves a certain goal there. Dragusin it was with the block. He's having a good game as well, to be fair. Foden, 50-50 about being onside or offside. Oh, what a block. What a block that is. He celebrates like he's scored a goal. And there we go, nothing added on. Half-time, straight in, done and dusted. So 0-0 here at half-time. City need to find a winner. Spurs need to find a winner. 0-0 just doesn't cut it. It's not enough for Spurs. It's not enough for City. So hopefully second half will be a little bit more in terms of quality, I hope. Need more urgency, as Andrew says. Get your half-time thoughts, guys, in the live chat. That would be great. Seamus says do or die. Rene reckons second half will be the half that City are looking for. I do hope you're right. Excuse me. Right, just looking around the grounds. Excuse me. You got a game up in Scotland. You got a few games up in Scotland, actually. And you got games in Spain as well. So we'll start in Spain. Finished Osasuna 1, Mallorca 1. Real Madrid are 1-0 up after 13 minutes at home against Alaves. You've got Girona taking on Villarreal at 9 p.m. BST. North of the border, up in Scotland, you've got the Scottish League One playoff game between Dumbarton and the Spartans. Currently 2-1 in the 60th minute to Dumbarton there. Half-time in the Scottish Premiership playoff, it's Partick Thistle 0, Raith Rovers 2. That's at half-time. In the Women's Scottish Premiership, you got Montrose taking on Spartans, and Montrose are leading at half-time 1-0. And in the 53rd minute in the SPFL, you've got Rangers taking on Dundee. That currently is 2-2. Rangers were 2-0 down and have just found an equaliser there. So that is currently 2-2, but that result isn't enough right now. That result, if it does stay the same or Rangers drop points today, will hand the SPFL, the Scottish Premier League title, to Celtic. And of course, in the Premier League here, it is at half-time. Spurs 0, Manchester City 0. Daniel says, would I make any changes? As I said, get later in the half. I think tiredness becomes an issue for both sides, in particular at the back. So in terms of attacking, I'd be chucking on quick players. I'd be chucking on your Oscar Bobbs, your Jeremy Doku's, your Julian Alvarez's. These are the players we've got to be chucking on if we're searching and looking for a goal. At the moment, City are just sussing and measuring, but it's not enough. It's not enough. We need to find a goal. Anyway, don't forget, guys, we're now 3/4 of the way to my aim of 100 likes. We're now on 75 likes. 25 likes to go to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on. Also, don't forget social media links there in the description if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. As I said, do get your halftime thoughts in the live chat. And finally, this video is sponsored and brought to you by SofaScore. Thank you very much there to SofaScore for sponsoring this video. Do go and check them out. Links and details there in the description. So, Raheem says, if we're playing this poorly, it's unlikely we're going to go on to win this game. Daniel says, we can't have Arsenal winning the league. Seamus informs me that Jude Bellingham has found the goal for Real Madrid in their game in La Liga. Marcus, thanks for tuning in, says City are going to use all of Spurs' energy in the first half and activate God mode for the final half in the second half. I do hope you are right. What would God mode look like for Manchester City? It's a scary thought, that, isn't it? Raheem says Foden needs to move back to the right. It's just not working for him at the moment. And Seamus says, will Pep do that? I'm not too sure what in chucking you're on about in chucking them subs on later in the half. Pep doesn't like changing things and making subs, does he? But yeah. We'll see. We'll see. So, we'll use today's video sponsor, SofaScore, and we'll have a look at what the statistics are suggesting. So, at the moment, expected goal rate not great from both sides. 0.24% for Spurs, 0.35% for Manchester City. City have gone close a couple of times. Foden's effort saved well by the keeper in the first half. Josko Gvardiol went close, put his ball over the top rather than squaring it across for Erling Haaland. And Bernardo Silva's effort taking a good block from Spurs at the end there to keep Manchester City out. Bentancur has had an opportunity for Tottenham Hotspur. They've got into some good positions as well. So, yeah, finally poised this game. Finally poised. Spurs having more possession than City so far. 55% compared with 45% for City. Both sides having 3 shots. Both sides having 1 shot on target. And both sides not finding the back of the net. Spurs have had more corners, 4 compared with 2 for Manchester City. Spurs are making more fouls. They've had a yellow card as well, which has gone to Bentancur for his foul on Foden in the first half. So City have had more free kicks. Spurs have had more throw-ins than City and more goal kicks as well. But it's City that have created a couple of big opportunities in this game, but haven't been clinical and found the back of the net. And we need more quality going forward is what we need to do. So we'll see. Spurs having 335 passes with a pass completion rate of 89%. City with 280 passes at a pass completion rate of 91%. So there's not too much to call between these two sides, really. Spurs are a possession-based team. Man City are a possession-based team. City are probably being the more patient of the two teams, waiting for their opportunities. The opportunities have been there. We've just not put the ball into the back of the net. And I imagine this patient build-up's probably going to go on for another 20, 25 minutes into the second half as well. From there, I think the game will open up because Spurs and City have got to recognise that both sides have got to win this game. A draw just isn't enough. A draw today means Aston Villa seal qualification into the Champions League next season, and a draw today for Manchester City means Arsenal are firm, heavy favourites for the Premier League title as well. So something has to give in the second half. Which way is it going to go? You guys let me know. Matty wants to see Doku come on Marcus. My prediction, I'm starting to lean towards 1-0 either side, and I don't know which way it's going to go. Tension's very fine. It can be cut with a plastic knife. It's very fine out there. Thomas, thanks for tuning in. Says, can't watch this anymore. My fingers are almost gone. Nail biting. It really is nail biting. Daniel, I'm always going to be confident that City can get the job done. So I am confident that they can score, but we need to be doing more. They're my thoughts. Do let me know your thoughts, guys. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up. That'd be great. 22 likes to go to 100 likes. Do subscribe. Do check out today's video sponsor as well, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. So I do have some halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy. It is brought to you by my partner channel, Mixid. Links and details, they are in the description. This is the Florida Rum Runner. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and I'll see you ready for the second half.
What's going on, guys? Mixed here, back again for another United States cocktail. So this is the 50 state cocktail challenge. So we're on state number 5, and this is the Sunshine State, Florida. So I will show you guys the state cocktail of Florida. So this one I like. It is the Rum Runner. You might be familiar. You might be familiar with it, or you might not. But if you're not familiar with the Rum Runner, it comes in many variations. So this is the recipe that I found that dates back to the 1970s by John Elber. Right, so the history of this one, it dates back to the 1970s from the Holiday Isle Tiki Bar, which is on the Florida Keys. So it's quite a popular one, and it, like with any cocktail history, it always has that murkiness, because with the Rum Runner, it does date back to 1937 in a cocktail book, but it's a little bit different, and it's very familiar. The original one in 1937 to the daiquiri. This one is much different to that variation. So this, my friends, is the Florida Rum Runner. So get your hurricane glass, fill it with ice, which we've already pre-prepared. It's a very warm day here in the UK, because it's absolutely beautiful, and this is perfect for a nice summer's day. Go say, if you're new around here, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe to Mixit for more fantastic cocktails like this. So it really does help the channel grow, and I appreciate all the support. So with the Rum Runner, what we're going to do now is build the cocktail. So get your tin shaker and put in 4 to 5 ice cubes. So what you want to do, guys, is get your jigger, and the first ingredient to go in, guys, is white rum. So 30ml or 1 ounce. $30ml or 1 ounce of Navy Strength rum. You can see we are going for 151, so this is a bit more powerful than your Navy Strength at 55. So this one is extra strong, so 75 or 151 proof. Next, 1 ounce or 30ml of banana liqueur. I'm using Giffords. It is very good, especially if you like your fruit liqueurs. Do many variations like creme de cacao or blue curacao. Next, 15ml or half an ounce of blackberry liqueur. So I'm cheating a little bit. I'm using Chambord. So this is a black raspberry. It's a close variation, and I'm certainly counting it. Again, you can use Giffords if you want a proper blackberry liqueur. As my recommendation will be creme de menthe. So next, my friends, is 60ml or 2 ounces of pineapple juice. ml or 1 ounce of freshly squeezed lime juice. And last but not least, 50ml or half an ounce of grenadine. Now put your lid on and give it a good hard shake, 8 to 10 seconds, get nice and chilled. So get your whole cream glass filled with ice and strain into it. Beautiful. So with the rum runner, it's because it has that beautiful red colour, absolutely beautiful. So the final thing to do now is garnish it with a cherry and with a lime wheel. So 1 lime wheel and 1 cherry. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, 1 Florida rum runner. And done it look absolutely fantastic. Voila. Absolutely beautiful. Cannot wait to try this one. It looks beautiful. It certainly is worthy of Florida, the Sunshine State. It looks fantastic. So how does the Florida rum runner taste? I think on a beautiful day like this, especially with a nice warm day, especially with it being 26 degrees, that hits the spot. Especially if you like your booze or like rum, it hits the spot. It's because there's plenty of flavour of it, it's plenty of fruity taste, especially with the pineapple juice and the banana liqueur, it's because and with the black raspberry as well. Beautiful. That's a little bit of sweetness with it, with the kick of the rum, especially with the overproof rum that I have. It's because it's very boozy, but it's very, very elegant, and I think it's certainly one of the better cocktails I've had so far in the American series. I think that's #1 so far. I'd probably rate that a solid 9 out of 10. So that, my friends, is the rum runner. What do you guys think of it? What variations have you had, and which state should we do next? So that is state number 5, Florida, with the rum runner. As I think the next state on our journey will be Kansas, as our journey will take us to the state of Kansas. So I will be doing the state cocktail of Kansas. So I will see you guys then. But if you are new around here, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe and mix it for more American cocktails like this. And join us on our American journey as we're doing the 50 states of the USA. And I will see you guys for the next one, which will be Kansas. Have a nice day, everyone. Cheers. Beautiful.
Thank you very much there to Mixed for providing today's halftime entertainment for you guys to enjoy as well. Do go and check them out. Links and details, they are in the description. And just noting what Andrew said there in the live chat, the whole season, I want you to really reflect on this, but he's right, the whole season rests on the next 45 minutes. Is our season going to be successful or not? It rests on the next 45 minutes. Nadir says, I'm very doubtful about us second half. We need to start to take some risks. The Spurs players, they look relaxed. What are City going to do? Seamus says, FA Cup. Winning the FA Cup would be beautiful, but not winning the Premier League and not winning a Champions League, to me, isn't a successful season. Unfortunately, winning, I say just an FA Cup, it's good to win the FA Cup, but finishing second when we've won our last 3 Premier League trophies would be disappointing for me. Unbeaten in the Champions League, but not making it past the quarter-final stage. Again, losing on penalties. It can't be helped. It's one of them things, but it is disappointing. And to come out of it not winning the 2 biggest prizes of them all, after winning both of them last season, to me is disappointing. And still got the FA Cup to go at, but to me, it's all about the Premier League. It's all about making history. I want that 4th Premier League trophy. We win that Premier League trophy this season's been an outstanding success. Imagine if we don't end up winning the Premier League and we lose to United in that cup final. That'd be a disaster. Go from a season being potentially very successful to it being a disaster inside the space of less than 2 weeks. Business end of the season. It's not how Man City do things. And that's what I'm going at for this second half. It's not how Man City do things. So, we do have kick-off here for this final away match for Manchester City in the Premier League. I will just reel it on because I was about 10 seconds out there. There we go. Perfect. Lines up. There we go. Done. Rightio then. Here's De Bruyne getting forward, and I think that's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, goal kick to Spurs. So City attacking right to left here, second half. Attacking where our away fans are in the corner of the ground. A massive 45 minutes coming up here for both Manchester City and Tottenham Hotspur. Andy says, we're Man City, we know how to win. We've got to find that win. That's going to be given away. Akanji finds Bernardo. Here's De Bruyne! What a save from Vicario! It's a great effort from De Bruyne. And that's going to be a free kick to Tottenham. Oh, it's a cracking save. There's nothing wrong with the effort from KDB there. Nothing wrong with it at all. Takes it first time. It's a good, strong hand from Vicario. A really good, strong hand to make the save. Here's Spurs now coming forward as Mario informs me. Real Madrid have now gone 2-0 up. As they'll be looking for some momentum heading into the Champions League final in a couple of weeks' time. Less than that now at Wembley against Borussia Dortmund. All Dortmund for that, I presume. Here is Ruben Dias. Hopefully he can have a better second half. He didn't have his best 45 minutes, I didn't think, for City. A couple of wayward passes. Kind of looked like the weak link for City in at the back. Ruben Dias did, I thought. So I wonder if John Stones might be someone we see, or Nathan Ake in this second half. Ake, remember, got that goal in the FA Cup here back in January to win it for City. 88th minute. Oh, the nerves will be going in the 88th minute of this game if it's still 0-0. Here's Phil Foden. Finds Gvardiol. We want to see some more intensity here from City. That's what we want. Here is Akanji. Seamus saying Haaland needs to score. I don't see much from Haaland here in that first half. We've not really found any way to get him involved. We've tried a couple of passes through the channel to him, and all of them were cut off. There weren't any passes hit with conviction as De Bruyne goes low looking for Foden. Can't find Foden, and Pedro Porro will sweep that up for Spurs and work it down the flank there, and he finds Sarr as well, and That's poor from Manchester City. Really poor. And here's Brennan Johnson making the overlap. And he goes across. And shot comes in. And the shot should never have come in. That was all too easy, that, for Tottenham Hotspur. And a free kick given there to Manchester City. It's like slow motion. So Brennan Johnson just goes across. Son tries to lob Ederson, but there's no pass on weight on the pass from Brennan Johnson. It just kind of runs out of pace, and so he's looking for a very fine dink, and Ederson does enough to get his thigh onto it, and it just ricochets up, and Man City can thankfully get it clear. Here is Ruben Dias then for City. Works it to the right. Finds Kyle Walker. Here is Ruben Dias now to Ederson. Akanji. Finds Gvardiol. And he will get a throw-in for City. Tottenham Hotspur score more goals in the second half than they do the first half. Mario going 3-0, he reckons, for Man City. I'll be delighted to score 3. I'll be happy to get 1 at this rate, how this is going, as that goes out of play for a throw into Manchester City. Into the 50th minute then, 0-0 it is here. Don't forget, leave a thumbs up, 21 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. Here is Rodri. Pings the ball in midfield, looking for Haaland. Cut off well by Hojbjerg. Here is Bentancur. Works it to Pedro Porro. Here is Hojbjerg once more. He's got options on the left. It's good work from Spurs. Here is Heung Min Son. Heung Min Son has a shot on a good block there for Manchester City. Spurs just now starting to keep Manchester City penned in, and whacks a pass there, and Foden could intercept. Does intercept. It's a good run this from Foden. Bentancur has to be careful. He's on a yellow card. He goes first time. Can't find Haaland. Here is Bernardo Silva then on the right. He's got options in the middle. Finds De Bruyne. Squares it across. Haaland! Yes! Erling Haaland with the big goal for Manchester City! Come on! Boy, did we need that! How many times do we see De Bruyne and Haaland linking up? Wow! Just go wait to make sure De Bruyne is onside here. Yes, he is. And there is the all-important opening goal. That is perfect timing from Haaland. He's done not much in the game. He's just in the right place at the right time. And Erling Haaland taps it in. That's the goal that we want. And we do. As Andrew says, we need to be ruthless. We need to kill this game off. We've got ourselves into a position. We're 1-0 up. Keep pushing. Try and get that second goal. The Spurs heads will go if we get that second goal. You've got to keep going. Here's Ruben Dias. Squares the ball across. Tries to get the flick on from Haaland. Spurs can get it clear. It's things you love to see, Seamus. And as it stands, Man City top of the Premier League. And the City fans now in fine voice. Spurs fans look on with a glum face. Earth ball. Manchester City do lead through Erling Haaland. Bertrand, you're right with that Bentancur. He couldn't take. He recognised the danger when Foden got past him. He recognised it and says, "I can't challenge him because I'm on that yellow card." And it allows City to get to that right-hand side link-up play with De Bruyne. 10 seconds later, Haaland's tapping it in. Mohammed, thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Alpha, I think you're spot on. We do need that second goal now. Here's Rodri. Finds Bernardo. Rodri wins that header. Wins it twice. Haaland, can he win it? Nearly. Bernardo just whacks that one to the opposite flank. And that'll be a throw-in for Spurs. I think Spurs are making a change here. I think Bentancur's going off. He is. Yeah, Kulusevski's coming on. Yeah, that yellow card, he's got to come off. So Kulusevski's going to come on. I presume he's going to go out wide and Maddison's going to go into midfield. Aston Villa, they'll be very happy right now. Not too sure they'll be as happy as what City fans are. We have to win this game for the Premier League, but there'll be a party in Birmingham tonight, that's for sure. City know they've still got a job to do, even if we do win, as Spurs do come forward through Kulusevski. Akanji cuts it off. Ederson will whack that clear with his weaker right foot. Manages to get it towards halfway. Here is Spurs now. Julia, the fans have come alive. It's City's final away game of the season as well. President Mellon says KDB shirts arrived today just in time for the match. Come on, City. And also just in time for him to get an assist, as that goes out of play for a throw-in to Manchester City. Just on the outside of our own penalty area. Bentancur kicking his bench. Not happy at all. I suspect if Spurs feel like this game's out of reach, you'll start seeing the fans cheering on City. But we're not in that position yet. City give the ball away. Here's Brennan Johnson. Stu, thanks for tuning in. Got me and the City app on. Love it. Thanks for tuning in, Stu. Much appreciated. Here's KDB. He goes down. That'll be a free kick for City. 17th assist for KDB. He's in a lot of pain here, Kevin De Bruyne. Yellow card comes out for Sarr. And it is KDB's 112th assist. He's overtaken Cesc Fabregas now. Oh, it's scraped right down the back of his heel. Ew. Ouch. He's in a heap of pain. It's pulled his boot off nearly. Ugh. Ouch. I wonder if Bentancur's annoyed through being subbed, or he's annoyed that just before he was subbed, it's led to that Man City goal because he couldn't foul Phil Foden. And it's led to the goal. It's a wonderful assist for KDB. Remember me saying before about Josko Gvardiol needing to get his ball right for the pullback for Haaland to put into the back of the net? It's what KDB does. He's the king of assists. Of course he's going to get it right. Is that Spurs fans doing a little pause now? Bertrand says the South American temper. Fiery. Tottenham chanting about Arsenal once more. As I said before the game, it's win-win for them. They're either in the hunt for the Champions League football for next season, or they ultimately potentially end up costing Arsenal the Premier League, which they'll be delighted with. So, what do? You lose or go, oh no. Kevin De Bruyne walking very gingerly there. I wonder if he wants to continue or not. I'd probably, if I were Man City, want to exercise a bit of caution because obviously we're in a position here. We're at the 60th minute. We're 1-0 up. We've still got a big game coming up on Sunday. We've got an FA Cup final and KDB's got the European Championships to be thinking about as well. He doesn't want to over-push it. Seamus, you could be right. Grealish to come on, try and get more bits of control. It's always what City are looking for, control from the game. Here's Gvardiol. Trying to get that out of play and does eventually, and does get a goal kick for City, and City will happily let this just eat away at the clock. So De Bruyne is going to come back onto the pitch, which is good. Not walking too comfortably right now, but he's just had his heel scrape, so it's to be expected. So we're 15 likes, guys, away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. I love that from Stu. KDB, the Belgian machine. He doesn't want to stop. He doesn't know when to stop. He doesn't want to stop. We'll see if De Bruyne does continue. I reckon City may just want him to try and get through the next 5 or 10 minutes and see how he is. Here's Kulusevski coming forward into the penalty area, and it gets played across and out for a corner to Spurs. James Maddison popping up there for Tottenham Hotspur, so some defending for City to do. First time we've seen Spurs really get forward in this second half. It's taken them 15 minutes to come alive and go a goal behind. Madders then to take the corner. Romero's forward. Van de Ven's forward. Corner comes in. Flicks across, only as far as Hojbjerg here. Kulusevski plays the ball in and Ederson goes in there. And City aren't happy with Romero. Ederson just goes in bravely there. Seamus, you're right. The game is just starting to open up now. City aren't happy with this on Ederson. Ederson looks in. Is he out cold? It looks like he's not moving. They are worried here, the City bench. They're worried about Ederson. I think he's been stamped in the head going for the ball. It looked like he weren't moving then. A stretcher's coming on. The doctors are coming on. This isn't good. He took one mighty hit there, Ederson, from that ball in. Bravely goes in and wins the ball. The ball's there to be won by Romero. I'm just not sure if Romero pulls out of the challenge or follows through. We're not getting a replay of it because I think it's a really nasty challenge. I think we're telling you everything you need to know. So stretchers coming on here for Ederson. My concern was, in the immediate aftermath of the challenge, was Ederson wasn't moving. I think VAR's having a look at the challenge. I think the referee's instinct was he was going to give a yellow card. Romero, I'm not too sure he's concerned about that. So he was given a yellow card for it. Romero's concerned about Ederson. I think he's studied him in the head. Is what I think has happened. And Ederson's in serious pain. I think they're taking the stretcher off. which is good. That's a good sign. Ortega's out warming up. He's just asking the bench about what the situation is as to whether he's going to be coming on or not. Stu says that VAR must be sending the referee Chris Kavanagh to the monitor. We've not seen a replay of the challenge for me to say, do I think it's... As I said, I thought the ball initially came in. It was there to be won. I just don't know what contact he's done to Ederson. So he's sat up Eddie, which is good. He's pouring water on himself. And he's up. Ruben Dias is asking Ederson if he's okay. I'd surely City, through concussion protocol here, should be taking Ederson off the pitch, should they not? Yellow card's been shown to someone on the bench. I think it's one of the City coaches asking why is he not being red carded for it. Yeah, goalkeeping coach that's been shown the yellow card there. Not happy about it. I need to see a replay of it. I'm not going to comment on whether I think it's a red or not until I see the actual challenge. It doesn't look like there's any VAR checks or anything. It looks like they're happy for play to continue and stick with the referee's original decision of yellow card. The referee's just asked Ederson if he's okay to continue, and he said, yes, I am. So yeah, no, not a red card. So I have to see a replay. Ederson slips over as he takes the kick. Spurs fans give an ironic cheer there. And that ball goes out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham Hotspur inside their own half. Yeah, he took a hit there, Ederson. He looks a bit dazed. I think he's just trying to shake it off. In the meantime, Spurs looking to knock the ball around here. Here is Van de Ven, who can't get it under control and out for a throw-in. So, guys, don't forget, we're now 11 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe as well, and do go and check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Yeah, Man City are taking no risk with Ederson. They're taking him off, and Ortega's going to come on. Going to be Man City's first change of the game. Here's Bernardo Silva in the meantime coming forward for City. Just eats away at a few more minutes on the clock. Here is Kovacic under pressure, and he does ever so well there, Kovacic, and he finds his pass back to Ederson as well. The Spurs fans are booing him. What are they doing? Akanji to De Bruyne, and he's given away from De Bruyne. I think for safety reasons, you've got to take Ederson off that pitch. I'm amazed that they've not just told him to get off for a concussion protocol. Spurs fans continuing to boo Ederson. So weird. As Jeremy Doku's also going to come on for Manchester City along with Stefan Ortega. So a couple of changes for Manchester City. Here's Gvardiol. Finds Foden. He goes down. That'll be a free kick, and that will allow Man City now to make them changes. Free kick for City on halfway. Romero's got to be careful. He's in the book. Yeah, so Ederson is going to come off. Ederson's looking very frustrated. I don't think he wants to come off. I think City are just being careful. There we go. Oh, so he doesn't stud him in the face. He goes for the ball and he follows through with his leg into his head. I just wonder if it's knocked him out. It looked like he weren't moving. KDB's going to be the other one coming off. That's not a surprise either. I said City will look to try and get 10 minutes out of him from his heel injury. And he'll go off and City will just look to protect him now. Pep Guardiola is having words with Ederson. Ederson's really annoyed by that. Kevin De Bruyne, Pep Guardiola's just... It's frustrating. So, Ederson's just done what... We're going back to that fiery South American again. Ederson's just done what Bentancur did before, and he's booted something on the touchline, and he's clearly upset. He doesn't want to come off. But City can't take the risk. I think that's what Pep's saying to Ederson there, and he wanted to have a word with him, and Ederson was just too upset and annoyed by it. I'm sure Pep will sort it out in the background once the dust has settled, has just floated through. Kevin De Bruyne had no complaints. He thought, I've done my 70 minutes, come through the back of my heel. I don't want to take any more risks here. I'm happy to come off, and Doku comes on for City and adds a bit of extra pace here for City. Kovacic going into the book, not happy with that. Thank you very much there to brother for tuning in the kind comment there. Much appreciated. Matheus Nunes having words with Ederson there. He's chucking his gloves. He's not happy. Yeah, it can't be easy this for Stefan Ortega-Moreno coming on for 20 minutes when he's not started the game, to ask him to get up to speed with a high important game very quickly. But this is the advantage you have with having a high-class, high-quality number 2 at Man City. And I maintain what I've been saying for a little while, which is Ortega's just so good that Man City need to be doing everything they can this summer to keep him at the club, as Spurs look like they could be in. And Ortega makes a good save in the end. Thought he was going to sneak through his legs there. Kulusevski. A bit like Son, he's not been in the best of form. It just ricochets nicely for him. He gets his shot away, and Ortega just about makes the save. Margins are fine, and I think Man City here are just happy just to scrap and scrape this game, because the clock's just ticking by nicely. These last 10-15 minutes have just kind of drifted on by with not much happening. Here's Doku. Can't find his pass. I mean, Gvardiol had made a really good run there. It was a good option for City, and City's not decided to use him. Here's Doku. He's tackled only as far as Gvardiol. Here's Kovacic to Akanji. Back to Kovacic. Kovacic has had a really good game for City in midfield, I think. Here's Dias working himself into bother there. It's not been Diaz's best game, I don't think. Here's Gvardiol. Oh, that's a good pass for Foden. Here's Jeremy Doku now. It's the last thing Pedro Porro needs. Here's Doku, goes across goal, and Vicario gets a little touch onto that, and that'll be a corner for Manchester City. Good stuff, good stuff. So we're 7 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Do subscribe if you're new around here, and do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. Yes! Bumper contract for Ortega. 5 years. Give him 5 years. Seamus reckons a good 7 minutes to be added. I reckon he could be looking closer to 10. We've had a De Bruyne injury and a Ederson injury. So already we're probably at 7 without the subs or goals or anything coming into account. So I reckon you're probably looking around 10. I'll be surprised if it's anything under 10 at the mo. Corner then for City. Foden sends it in. Not the best of balls. Headed clear by Spurs. Kovacic, not the best of balls forward by him either. And that'll just drift out of play for a goal kick to Tottenham Hotspur. So, how are the nerves, everybody, then? We're into the final 17 minutes of the game. We are 1-0 ahead. We do have that all-important goal. I feel better than what I would if it was 0-0 right now. We just need to try and keep that ball out of our net. Anyway, I forgot to mention with Haaland scoring before, it's our first Premier League goal at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, that. Here's Pedro Porro now to Hojbjerg. Moves it along to Kulusevski. Back to Hojbjerg once more. Gives it to Romero. As we're now 6 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. See if we can make it a 100 like live stream. It'd be brilliant. Here's... Oh, look at Akanji. Look at Akanji go. Brilliant defending. Ortega shows his appreciation, keeping up and holding off Brennan Johnson there. As we're just about to enter the final 15 minutes of this game. Here is Kyle Walker. Finds Akanji. Rodri. Oh, that's great from Rodri. We need that second goal, don't we? I think that second goal seals this game. Here's Bernardo Silva. Rodri now. City just knocking it round. I think they're just trying to tire Spurs out. City have just started to get more control of the possession in this second half as well. City have looked very controlled in this second half. Here's Doku. Trying to edge forward into the penalty area. Bertrand, yeah, I think score again. Game's done. That's what City have got to be looking for. Take all anxiety away from this situation. Colonel there. How often do you say, come on Spurs? Here's Ortega. Sends it long. It's a good ball, that. And it takes a deflection. There we go. Could easily have fallen the way of City. It doesn't, as we're now 5 likes away from 100 likes. Here's Sarr. Finds Hojbjerg. Works it to Kulusevski. Here's Maddison. Inside the City half. Here's Van der Ven. Andrew, it is a dangerous game from City. Spurs are a good side. It's got to be well managed. As I was making the point of before, a draw for Spurs here today isn't enough for Champions League football. They've got to win this game. Here's Pedro Porro. Finds Kulusevski. Here's Romero on the yellow card, remember. Spurs just starting to push more and more forward. As we're now 3 likes away from 100 likes. Here's Romero. I've never wanted 13 minutes here to go by quicker in my life. Oh, man. Whew. Even I'm feeling the nerves. Spurs knocking it round nicely. Here's Brennan Johnson. Kulusevski. Finds Sarr. Knocked around by Hojbjerg. Finds Pedro Porro very well. He goes for the cross and that's out for a corner. So more defending here for City to do. But it does tick another few seconds off the clock. As we're now 3 likes away from 100 likes. Any help towards that would be great. Corner taken short. Here's Kulusevski. He has a shot and no, don't get it right. Over the top of the crossbar and goal kick for City. 12 minutes then. A nervy game. It reminds me this of the Man United Arsenal game. The presence and danger is there. As a good side, you've just got to manage it. Arsenal managed it very well at Old Trafford. They did what they needed to do. And it's City's turn. We're 1-0 up now. We have to manage this said situation. Ortega then's going to send it long. We're definitely going to have north of 10 minutes added on here. Definitely. Ortega sends it long. Bertrand, yeah, it reminds me a lot of the Champions League final. You're just keeping an eye on the clock all the time and your heart's just going boom, 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 boom. Colonel, yeah. A big loss, Bissouma. He's out for, I think he's out for the season, isn't he? Rodri goes in late there on James Maddison, and he loses his boot, and that'll be a free kick for Spurs just inside their own half. Seamus, there is still a long way to go. How's the nerves, everyone? How are the nerves? These are the questions. That's a good ball forward from Spurs. And Kulusevski. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, it's a good save. Get back. Gets it clear. Akanji does well. Akanji does well. So, don't forget, as we enter the final 10 minutes of this game, plus whatever's to be added on, don't forget, leave a thumbs up, 3 likes away from 100 likes. Do subscribe if you're new around here. And do check out today's video sponsor, SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the live chat. Here is James Maddison. Spurs just working it back. I think City do need to get a bit more control of this. Foden was looking for Haaland. It's not the right choice. We need possession. Spurs are overcommitting because they need a goal. Here's Maddison. Finds Sarr, and Bernardo Silva makes a good block. Only back to Sarr again, and there's runners in. Porro made a good run there. Kyle Walker will cut that off, and he goes down. He wants a free kick, and referee has a coming together with Heung Min Son, and referee says no free kick. Here is James Maddison, and Spurs looking to come forward. As I said, they need 2 goals here, Spurs. They need to win this game. Draw's no good, so they need 2 goals. Here is Maddison, squares it across. That's why Spurs are playing with a lot of urgency right now, because they know the situation. Man City just need a second goal and it kills it off. The Spurs fans will either start Poznanning or leaving the stadium if that happens. Here's Maddison. To Brennan Johnson, but you can't accuse Spurs of not trying. They have, as Akanji makes a good block. Here's Doku to Gvardiol. Here's Rodri. Just slow the game, slow the tempo down. Here's Bernardo Silva. City are so insistent on trying to get forward and create something. You just need to control the game, dictate the pace of the game, force Tottenham Hotspur back onto the back foot, and go back to what we was doing kind of in the first half, your patient build-up. A crossfield pass comes in needlessly. Pedro Porro wins the header, and you give possession away. As Andrew says, the game management, it's not there from City. They're just inviting pressure onto themselves. It's a dangerous game to be playing. A really dangerous game. Here's Rodri. Just works it to Bernardo. Just slow the tempo down. Buy free kicks. Here's Kyle Walker. He's got no one to go for. So just that's what you do. Just turn it round. Now a bit of possession. There's no danger to Man City's goal when the ball's right near Tottenham Hotspur's penalty area. You just need to be careful that you're not dispossessed. Spurs, the game's 83 minutes in. Spurs, the energy's not really going to be there. They're just going to try and put on an initial press. You beat the initial press, they'll then back off. Here's Akanji. Really good work that from Ortega and Akanji. To Phil Foden. Here's Kyle Walker. Back to Foden. See, it eats off another minute now. 7 minutes remaining. It's better from Manchester City. Much, much better. Here's Phil Foden. Lovely from Phil Foden. He's brought down. If I'm Man City, I take the free kick there. I don't want the advantage. I take the free kick. Rene is like Leicester City. You've got former Man City assistant manager Enzo Maresca is your manager, which is why you're playing the exact same as what we do. It's great when it's winning. It's great for your ball control. It'd be interesting to see how Leicester City do in the Premier League next season now with the same style, because Vincent Kompany had a very similar style and got found out in the Premier League and ultimately led to Burnley being relegated again. Yo-yo in. Here is Josko Gvardiol. He's got Doku to go at here and he sells him short. Out for a throw-in for Man City, though. Take your time. Take your time. Don't need to rush. 6 minutes remaining. Seamus, we don't have any Jamie Vardy, and Spurs are going to throw their final throw of the dice. Yeah, Sarr, I think, has had a pretty good game for Spurs. He's coming off. You're going to see Lo Celso come on, and Hojbjerg, so more energy into midfield coming off, and Oliver Skip coming on. So some more energy into the midfield for Tottenham Hotspur there. Surely Man City are going to counteract that with some substitutions and fresh legs of their own here. Here is Manuel Akanji. Thank you very much, Keith, for your kind comment. Much appreciated. Guys, let's get these likes up. I want 3 more likes to 100 likes. Any help towards that would be grand. Here is Jeremy Doku to Josko Gvardiol. Another crossfield pass comes in from City. Bernardo takes a good touch. City fans chanting, come on City. Here is Rodri to Foden. Remember, this is good bit of spell of possession for City. The best we've had in 15 about 15 minutes or so. Here is Kyle Walker to Phil Foden. A bit slack that from City, but Gvardiol does well just to mop that up. Rodri. Back to Akanji. Oh no, Akanji been dispossessed. Son's in! Son's in! Son's in! Ortega! What a save! What a moment in the Premier League title race! What a save! From the big German beauty, we love it! Come on, Stefan! City just faffing around! What a moment! Here's Doku, kill it off! He goes down, free kick, slow it down. Stefan Ortega-Moreno, take a bow. What a moment in the Premier League title race. You guarantee there'll be Arsenal fans coming up with conspiracies about that. He does everything right, Heung Min Son. Ortega does everything right. He stands up tall and he makes the save. It's poor from Son, though. Lifetime contract. Pep Guardiola is on his backside. He can't believe it. He cannot believe it. Ortega-Moreno, take a bow. And there's the danger. That's what City need to be careful of. Akanji was caught in possession. Free kick here for City. 3 minutes remaining. We're now 2 likes away from 100 likes. Foden to take. Free kick for City. What can we do from it? Not the best. Headed clear. And Kovacic has a shot. Good block. Matt, thanks for tuning in. You're spot on. It's why Ortega needs to be staying at Manchester City. They need to be doing everything we can this summer to keep him in. Oh, he's giving it away again. Julia is a heart stopper and it's a cynical foul. I think it was it Phil Foden on James Maddison there? 2 England teammates. Foden shown a yellow card. Right, guys, 2 likes to 100. We're nearly there. If you haven't already, please do leave a thumbs up. Let's make it a 100 like live stream. This has been stressful. I've aged during this live stream. I've added about 10 years onto my life. Oh. Man. Rightio, we're 1 like away from 100 likes. Who wants to be the 100th like? Done and dusted. 100 likes. 100 like live stream. Sensational. Massive shout out to you guys. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. Long ball comes over. Kyle Walker needs to deal with it. Question is, how long is going to be added on? Kyle Walker with the throw-in. Just take your time. Take your time. Slow the game down. Walker throws it long. Haaland gets the flick on. Foden looks for Doku. He's going to find Doku here as well. Oh! Oh! Penalty ref! Yes! Penalty Manchester City! Pedro Porro can't believe it. It's the former Man City man giving Man City a penalty. Doku, he celebrates. And this needs to go. This needs to go. Come on. Great from Haaland's flick on. Foden's balls. It's Kevin De Bruyne-esque. I don't know why Vicario doesn't come to collect. He backs off and Porro's just, he's all over the place and he goes for the ball and takes the man. It's a penalty to Manchester City every single day of the week. He celebrates that, Jeremy Doku, and Man City have the chance to wrap this up. Erling Haaland already has 1. Can he make it 2? As we go in to the 90th minute. How long's added on? It is 10 minutes. So this needs to go. This needs to go. Come on, Erling. Come on, Erling. Come on. Come on, Erling. Up against Vicario from the spot. Haaland to take. Come on! 2-0 Manchester City. Come on! We can smell the Premier League trophy right now. We can smell the Premier League trophy. Erling Haaland bags the goal. It's a brace for him. It's 2 for City. It's 3 points for City. It's City top of the table. Heading into Sunday. Final game, West Ham at home. That is very well managed by Manchester City. Very well managed. It's a brilliant penalty from Haaland. You're not saving them. I wish we had him in the penalty shootout against Madrid. I really do. Fantastic stuff from Haaland. Fantastic stuff from Manchester City and Arsenal. They can feel it drifting away. Pep, he knows what it means. City know what it means. Guys, this has been a gargantuan live stream. And we're nearly there now. We've got 8 minutes to see out. We've got 10 minutes to see off here. Maddison goes off and Mickey Moore comes on. And I tell you what, Stefan Ortega-Moreno, guys. John, thanks for tuning in. A little bit more detail. I said Haaland put it into the top corner. Keeper's not saving that. It was a great pen. Not too sure what else I meant to add on to it, but thank you very much for the kind comment there. Keith, there's still time for Tottenham to get back into it, but remember, Spurs have got to win this game. They're not going to score 3 in 9 minutes. It's just not going to happen. So what's the motivation here for Spurs? They're just going to keep pushing and keep going. There should be space here. City just need to defend this out. is Kulusevski. It's good stuff. Mario spot on. Aston Villa going into the Champions League next season. Spurs fans, some of them are happy. They're happy because more than likely means Arsenal aren't winning the Premier League. Corner then for Spurs. More defending for City to do. And City defend it out. Haaland gets it clear. Julian Alvarez is going to be coming on for Manchester City. We're now at 106 likes, aiming for 110. Mixid, thanks for tuning in, much appreciated. So Erling Haaland's not going to get a hat-trick today. He's going to come off, and Alvarez will come on. Fantastic stuff from Haaland. Absolutely fantastic stuff from Erling Haaland. Goated already. Fantastic player. What a player. How many is he on for the season now in the Premier League? What's Haaland on to? Is he on, what's he, 26? That's out of play for a throw into Spurs. It's 27 goals for Haaland in the Premier League. I tell you what, Haaland hat-trick on Sunday. Could be a 30-goal season. It's not been a very good season for Erling Haaland, remember? He's some player, isn't he? He's some player. West Ham, I'm open on the beach. Flip-flops on. We've got a Premier League title to win on Sunday. And we're going to be here on the JSGC channel with all the build-up for you guys to enjoy. Rightio then, guys. I am going to end the live stream when this game ends. I'm going to get my initial match reaction out for you guys within the hour. I will be back again tomorrow with a transfer update ahead of daily Manchester City transfer updates coming from June for you guys to enjoy. I know you guys really enjoy the series, and it will be back again from June, throughout June, July and August. As Blue Moon renders around the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, it's things you love to see. The curse well and truly broken here today. Arsenal's fireworks overnight at the wrong hotel didn't work. An Arsenal fan ringing up to cancel Richard Wright's hotel room didn't work. And as I said, we'll have the build-up as well towards Sunday, towards the latter parts of the week for you guys to enjoy. Match preview, of course. We're going to have my Premier League predictions out for you guys to enjoy. And, of course, the big one, we're going to have the live watch-along of the Manchester City home match, our final home match and the final Premier League match of the season against West Ham, where permutations are very clear. We win on Sunday, we win the Premier League. And we're only one goal difference now behind Arsenal as well. So there we go. Can we make history? We're nearly there. 99% done. One more game to go. One more win to go. West Ham are on the beach. David Moyes is leaving after the game. I want 9-0. I want 10. I want 10 against West Ham. Here's Doku. Good stuff from Jeremy Doku. Into the penalty area, of course. He won the penalty for City as well. So, yeah, I'm going to be ending the stream there once the full-time whistle goes in 4 minutes' time. So don't forget, leave a thumbs up. 110 likes is the aim. Do subscribe if you're new around here. Social media links, they're in the description or on the yellow banner. Go and check them out. Twitter, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description on the yellow banner too. If you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Don't forget as well to go and check out today's video sponsor, which is brought to you by SofaScore. Links and details, they are in the description. And do leave your thoughts as well in the comments below if you're watching this after the game, and get your thoughts in the live chat. Go and party, guys. I know it's Tuesday night, so school night, but I can forgive. Manchester City are on the verge of history and 4 Premier League trophies in a row. What a performance. What a well-managed game. What a win. Doku, can it get better? Oh, it nearly does. It's a good save from Vicario. It's good stuff, this, from Manchester City. Good stuff. 5 away wins on the bounce for City as well. It's a tremendous achievement. It's a brilliant points tally from City, on the verge of taking in 90 plus points again. It's miraculous. It's more than last season. Tea and biscuits for Seamus. Enjoy your tea and biscuits. To be fair, it's nothing exciting for me either. Daniel, you are more than welcome. So, corner here for City. Credit to the Spurs fans that have stayed. A lot of them have stayed. There's not exactly a mass exodus out there. Maybe they want to give a round of applause to Manchester City and wish us luck. They try to stop. I love that. Sky Sports have given Stefan Ortega the player of the match for his save for Son. It's defying. It's a Premier League title saving save. 20 minutes he was on that pitch. It's not easy. He has to do 2 things. Make 2 great saves to ensure that City are in the position, and it's happened. I respect Sky Sports for doing that, and I'm glad they've mentioned it. Lifetime contract for Ortega. Lifetime contract. Right, we're into the 100th minute. Oh, it's given away. Ah, City. Nearly. We're on that official petition. Lifetime contract for Stefan Ortega-Moreno. Needs to happen. I think there's a free kick here for Spurs. Foul on Kulusevski. Yellow card's out as well. More paperwork for Chris Kavanagh after the game. Another yellow card. This time for Bernie. Hopefully we can keep Bernie. Hopefully this isn't his last ever away game for Man City. There's the 100 minutes up. That's the offside flag. Is that the full-time whistle? No, not yet. Not yet. It's coming. It's coming. It's brilliant stuff from City. A clean sheet at Spurs Stadium is magnificent. A couple of goals for Erling Haaland as well. What a well-managed second half. It weren't brilliant in the first, but it was great in the second. And it's done the job for Manchester City. And now we are on the cusp of glory, of history. 4 Premier League trophies in a row. And we are now 1 win away. There goes the full-time whistle. Manchester City win this game by 2-0. What a performance. What a win. See you Sunday. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take it easy. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Video sponsor SofaScore. Links and details there in the description. I'll see you all again real soon. Match reaction up in less than an hour. You've got my word. I'll see you soon. We've passed 110 likes. 120. That's the aim now. See you soon. I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. Congratulations to Aston Villa on securing Champions League football tonight. And congratulations to Manchester City, the team that have got it in their own hands on Sunday. 1 more to go. Full focus on that. Bring on West Ham at the Etihad Stadium. Come on! Thanks for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.